Hello, I'm Spencer Owen and this is The Rail, the football show for fans. This week is all about what some passionate football fans have done to help their clubs. We're going to meet a guy who's formed a team from absolutely nothing. We're in Manchester for FC United versus Wrexham, and we find out about what Grimsby fans have been doing to help their club this season. First up, we're in Hackney in East London to meet a man called Bobby Kasanga, who's hoping to put this area on the football map with his newly formed team, Hackney Wick FC. So Bobby, Hackney Wick FC, tell me about how it's all come about.
It was an idea that I had, and I've started talking to people about it on Twitter. I said, there's no team in Hackney, let's create a team in Hackney, and everyone sort of wanted to jump on board, and this is how it's come about. It's
a great story and we know that, but there's a lot of other guys, I'm sure, out there forming new teams, you know, starting off in different leagues around the country. What is it about Hackney Wick you think that, about its potential perhaps, that makes it special?
Because Hackney is such a diverse area and such a huge catchment, but it hasn't got a team. So you think of all the surrounding boroughs that's got all these big teams like Arsenal and Tottenham, yet Hackney hasn't got its own football team. So that's what sort of captured the whole borough's imagination and maybe sets it apart from everyone else.
And why do you think it hasn't had a team up till now?
It's a lack of infrastructure. Like if you see right now, we're Mabley Green. This is probably the only place in Hackney where there are football facilities, but once you get to a certain level, you won't be able to get promoted.
And this is going to be your home ground, is that right?
Yeah, this will be our home ground for the season. So we're entering the Middlesex Division 1 East, Central and East, and this will be a home game for the season.
Have you got like a 5-year plan or something where you think the team could be in terms of promotions?
Yeah, so like we've got a sort of a 10-year plan, trying to follow the same sort of pursuit of FC United of Manchester and AFC Wimbledon, and try to get promoted in the next couple of seasons. So the first season is just to sort of set our foundation. We're not saying, well, let's get promoted straight away. Just say, play a few games, see how it is, see if we can get a crowd coming, and if we get more people coming around, then that can help us push on.
What about Hackney Wick's ethos? Is there like a club motto or anything you guys stand by?
Yeah, so we say our borough, our club. We go around all over Hackney. Whenever someone's got an event, we come there and say, look, we're here to support, we're here to help. And that's in that same instance, we're getting ourselves out there. So people are like, well, Hackney Wick Football Club, the players, they come and volunteer. So therefore, we should go and support their games as well.
That's great, it's a great idea. What about how hard it was to set up? Like, I imagine it was quite a challenge to get this all going.
No, yeah, it's difficult because at the beginning when I started it, everyone's like, oh, starting a football club, you need money, you need this. And to be honest, we've done it on a shoestring budget. We've just had our first sponsorship by the Lauriston pub. It is being difficult, but progress is being made. So
I know Hackney Wick is quite special to you and your kind of backstory. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I've always sort of played semi-professional football all my life. Always thought I was one of the guys who was going to make it, but maybe I didn't go to training as much. But I sort of fell off and got into crime. And as well as in prison, I just missed football completely. And that's one thing that's going to sort of make me stay away from a life of crime.
What's the first steps you got to make in setting up a club?
Well, you have to be passionate. You have to, because you know it's going to be hard work. You're not going to get the finance straight away. You're going to have to get people on board. You're going to have to get a lot of volunteers because you can't do it all on your own. We've got about 14 or 15 staff members who all volunteer their time. So be it doing the social media, doing the flyers, helping out with the kit. Our chairman, Rana Brightman, she designed the badge actually. So she's a volunteer. The players are all volunteers as well, because as well as playing with the football club, they go out and volunteer in the community. I'm very passionate about the football club, and I started it from scratch, and for it to come where it has so far in the space of 3 months, I'm very excited about the future and what can possibly come from it.
Best of luck with the season.
Cheers.
It's a shame you didn't form a few years ago because you might have got the Olympic Stadium. That would have been a good shout, but this is your stadium for the season and I hope you do well, mate.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Another club formed by supporters is FC United of Manchester, who were famously founded by Man United fans who were opposed to the taking over of their club by the Glazier family. Last weekend, they took on Wrexham at the Supporters Direct Cup.
The match today is called the Supporters Direct Cup. Supporter-owned clubs come together and different teams, different supporter-owned clubs play each other. And today we've got the privilege of hosting Wrexham.
When AFC Wimbledon were going through all their travails, and they got a lot of support from Enfield Town. To mark the occasion of how those clubs work together, they thought, let's have a match. So the trophy itself is engraved with "Football without fans is nothing."
all fan-owned club need to really stick together and help each other through. You know, in our early days we had AFC Wimbledon who were great supporters of ours and helped us shape the way that we wanted to go. Sharing them experiences between fan ownership will only strengthen our case in the bigger picture.
The Wrexham fans are very, very passionate. I knew they were anyway, but not quite as much as getting the job and coming in and seeing exactly what they're like. At Wrexham, they had to be saved. The fans have saved the football club, which is magnificent.
Here at FC United and at Wrexham, at support-owned clubs, is about putting fans at the heart of the football club. We're established as a community benefit society, and what that means, as a co-op, with community benefit as its primary aim, that we have to discharge that benefit even before we put a winning team out on the pitch.
We organically grow, we're funded entirely by our fans. We don't have any other external sugar daddies or anyone else who contributes. We're self-sufficient.
So at Wrexham we've got 4,500 owners. It's one member, one vote. They've got a stake in it, they can change it.
You're not watching someone else's team that you support, you're watching your team that you actually own a little piece of.
I think for a football supporter, in an atmosphere where you're surrounded by big money and feeling like you're just a consumer, I think it's incredibly important to make people feel empowered and feel like they can have a participatory role in their own club. I think that's amazing.
It's just really down-to-earth football from down-to-earth fans who basically appreciate the game.
It's not the money men, it's not everything else. It's the people, it's the passion, it's the crowd, it's the fans. Players come and go. We love our players at Wrexham, but it really is a community.
Finally today, what do you do when your club narrowly misses out on promotion after a penalty shootout at Wembley? Well, it can go two ways. You can feel sorry for yourself and complain about the lottery of the playoffs, or you can try and build on that near miss in a positive way. That's exactly what the Mariners Trust have been doing at Grimsby by crowdfunding something called Operation Promotion. Okay, Mark, we're big fans of what you guys are doing here with Operation Promotion. Tell me more about how it all came about.
Losing at Wembley, really. I mean, it was a tough pill to swallow by lots of people, and while passions were still running high, we wanted to capitalise on the good feeling towards our football club.
When I first heard about it, I thought it was a nice idea, but in truth, never imagined it would take off as much as what it has. It seems to have pulled everyone even closer. You know, the relationship, I think, between the players and the staff and the fans is better than ever.
We wanted £20,000 and in the first 18 hours we were on 23,000. I think it just proves how well thought of and how passionate our fans are here in Grimsby.
The target seems to have been smashed as well. There's a nice little kitty there. Have you spent any of it already? You got some plans for it?
Yeah, I mean, some of it's gone into the budget and I think there's still some left over to try and find that next player for us. Still looking at bringing another one in. I treat the budget the best I can as though it is my own, and maybe at times a little bit tight with it, but that's sort of good news for the chairman and the fans. Most people have given it as a genuine gesture, and I think most people and fans are wise enough to the fact that it doesn't guarantee anything, you know, but every little helps, so, you know, I'm really grateful.
This is a one-off really, and we're hoping to reach the 100 grand, and if we do, I think it'll be a fantastic effort by everyone to do a Grimsby Town Football Club.
It's expensive to watch football as it is, and realistically, you know, the economy and everything, there's a lot of fans haven't got a lot of spare cash, so that's, you know, makes their contribution even more of a surprise, really. And extremely grateful. I just hope we can deliver as a group what everyone wants.
We are a big family at the end of the day. Whatever happens, we're going to go through that journey together, and that's what's great about this football club.
That's it for this week. 3 fantastic examples of how fans are not only creating new clubs, but helping existing ones as well. Leave us a comment below with what you want to see in future episodes of The Rail. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next week.